I remember back when, February '97, there was a feeling of excitement in the company. Everybody was motivated. We thought this was going to be the next big thing in dentistry. And the main product we had then was the digital sensor. Instead of film, it's a sensor that goes in your mouth, attached to a computer, and the dentist puts an x-ray head by your cheek, goes out of the room, comes back, and in 3 seconds you have your digital impression on the computer instead of waiting for it to be filmed. We thought that was going to revolutionize, and I think it has.
I was part of the team that developed the original sensor in 1994. To break it down very simple, it was what we called captured display. Imagine, if you will, the way your old TV worked, where it had pixels with little squares. So what would happen is it would record a frame frozen in a second. The Phoenix sensor, however, was the first one that we developed that had what we called active pixel technology, where we were reading it live. And this was a major change.
Because it was a typical startup company, everybody was doing everything. There was no division. I'm working on this product and somebody else is working on another product. There was nobody else there, and that was true for other people as well.
We were always looking at our product from the standpoint of reliability. And what we found was that essentially we had designed every aspect of the product to be extremely robust. The one thing that is very hard to control is the abuse that patients and practitioners do to the cable. So people are biting on the cable, you're rolling your chair over the cable. So we said, okay, instead of needing to send back the whole thing, why don't we just ship an extra cable? We'll make the cable replaceable by the user, and we really help the dentist in terms of their workflow and pass along the cost savings to them as well. That was a first for the industry, and as far as I know, I think we're still the only company that does that.
A lot of the testing of the components that were used in the sensor was a manual process. Over the years that we've developed more automated testing to eliminate the errors and issues that we could have had in manufacturing. So much more reliable.
Electronics evolution. Things have so much changed. Cell phones, iPad, laptops, and everything. 23 years ago, we did not have that. In fact, we had computers, but we weren't that electronic savvy or computer savvy. So everything has to be done first on papers, and they really make sense, then we will actually put in the computer.
Veterinarians use a lot of different technologies, but dentistry is a burgeoning new market, and sensors are increasingly becoming an important part of being able to diagnose within that market. It's becoming a specialty. And veterinarians, seeing their markets shrink, have seen that dentistry can provide serious margin for them.
I think that was one of the most important achievements we have it to transfer, whether if it's CDR, whether if it's our product, transfer from R&D group to the manufacturing and to the customer hands. I think that's a very key part.
CDR Phoenix, while it was leading edge, it had some challenges, and we've seen the CDR Elite improve upon that with a much harder, more reliable, durable can, and the replaceable cable and the spare cable. And that kind of thinking has carried through to the Schick 33. And it's just been tremendously received by both human dentists and veterinarians.
I was personally approached by the CEO when I was promoted to the controller and said, there is an opportunity here for you to be the controller of the Serona company, and we want to present it to you first before we present it to someone else. And I thought that was really personal, that the CEO would sit me down and say to me, here's an opportunity for you, and we want to present it to you first.
And I think if you look at the company today, like myself, a lot of people have stayed. A lot of people are here for 20 years. People that I consider almost like family, that I've known for a long time, the camaraderie and the goodness that you feel towards other people. And I think that's a reason why a lot of people stay. That's the reason why I stayed. I love working with these people. I love the atmosphere of coming to work. It really has been a pleasure and a joy working for this company. And I think this company really is unique.
I think one of the things that's nice about the group of people that we have here, it's very family oriented. So as I've grown with the company over 20 years, I've gotten married, had 2 kids, and it's a very personal connection that everybody has here with one another. I think that's very important.
We have a great group of people, talented people, people who know our products, who know our customers, and people who can and are happy working with each other, plus the motivation and passion to do better. The technical knowledge that we accumulated puts us in a very unique position, I think, to go forward from what we know.
Everybody here is very informal, caring. I mean, I've been here 20 years and I've literally, I know families that bring in their children as interns and then come back as degreed engineers to come work as permanent employees. And I think that enough people have worked at other places that when they find it and it resonates for them, they don't want to leave it.
If somebody was to ask me 20 years ago which was going to last longer, the black hair in my mustache or the sensor, I would have picked my mustache. I'm grateful for all the people whose lives made better with medical treatment, but without change, there is no progress. And it's time for it to move on.